Morning, it's day 99, mile 2033, and we just woke up and it is kind of overcast, but I think it's from smoke. In fact, I just saw some ash fall, so I don't know if the wind shifted and we're getting some of the ash or what. There's a lot of bugs out this morning. Anyways, we're gonna get moving. There we are, and that's that. We're gonna try to get to Olali Resort. What, you see some? I saw smoke and ash. Anyways, we're gonna go to Olali Resort. There's like a little store or something there, a little campground, and swimming hole. Hopefully it gets warm. Definitely some ash coming down. Air quality's not too bad, but sure looks ominous around here. Here is Mount Jefferson with some glacier action. Just past Scout Lake, which looked pretty cool. Hoping to see some deer or something in here. Hopefully there's not another fire. But I think it's just a wind shift. Mount Jefferson again, surrounded by an ash cloud. Neat little meadow in here. Time to check the app. Which trail to take? Can definitely smell the smoke and see a little bit more ash. This cloud just kind of poured in over Mount Jefferson. So there's maybe there's another fire over on the other side of the hill. I don't know. But I'm just gonna keep getting out of this valley. I'm almost out of it, I think. Legs is still back there, but you can definitely smell the smoke now. Another fire somewhere. Craziness, but it is a beautiful valley down here, full of ponds and lakes. It's pretty cool. I'd probably come back here when it's not on fire. But this place just got hammered, and you can hear as you're walking, you just hear cracks of wood, either the bark or limbs falling or whatever. It's kind of grim. There's a cool lake down there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, getting out of the smoke. All right, Mount Jefferson without the smoky clouds. They're going that way. I came up through that whole valley in between these two lakes, and then popped up this big hill. And I'm, I think, on top of the ridge now. There's better. It's blown away. I got some service and texted the others, and Bus responded that they're going to be hanging out at Olali. So we'll probably see them there tonight or this afternoon. So cool. Gang's getting all back together again. We never separate for long. All those purple flowers, I believe that's fireweed. It's kind of pretty. Here comes Legs down a hill. Yeah, I'm just making a movie. No big deal. Making movies. Pretty good view up here, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, too many trees. Yeah, we're just on the top of the ridge, working our way down. All these dry ponds. This place just got hammered by fire. But it's still pretty cool. Little pond there. I'm in a haunted forest full of dead and twisted trees. I almost fell on my face. I didn't video the exact spot because I caught myself barely. So I kept moving on. But don't you worry, every time I fall on my ass, I will video the spot to give it credit. Man, this forest is a mess. Definitely don't want to camp here tonight. With all these curly sticks, I feel like I'm in the Nightmare Before Christmas. In that movie, there's all those curly pieces of land and houses and all kinds of stuff. But man, this place got devastated. This is why we skip so many miles in northern Cal and southern Oregon, because it's not a lot of fun hiking through this stuff. It's hot. There's some parts there's a lot of ash, so it's just dusty. It's just not too much fun, but it's kind of cool in its own little way. I just wouldn't want to do it every day. And you just hear cracks and pops as bark falls off trees randomly. It's unnerving. Like there's monsters afoot or something, you know? Always got to keep your eyes open. Fact has a little specimen. Okay, that's close enough for me. What is it?
Fact?
He's a good, I don't know.
It's a racer.
It's a racer.
Probably deadly poisonous.
Yeah, he's so cute.
And
His name is Leon.
his name is Leon.
He's so
Grab
good.
it yourself, right?
At this time, yeah. I got him myself. He was on the rock.
Very impressive. Okay, let's put him far away now. Okay, I cleaned my screen. I'm sorry if you missed out on the snake that Fact had, but we're at Olali Resort. There's a little store here. We were able to get some sodas and that sort of thing. And now we are dominating a raft and having a good time. And there's another family here, so I don't want to get them in the video. But yeah. And people have started doing push-ups every day. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but there you have it. Everyone wave. Hey, everybody wave. Okay. Legs is waving. Thanks, Legs. There we go. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. Great.
I think it's gonna be fine. I think Bristol has a fishing pole, and I could get really into fishing now that I had that suit. I know what to do. We can forend it or do nothing.
Good morning, everybody. We're waking up. We stayed at this nice lake. Mount Jefferson is through the fog. We're gonna go about 19 miles today to a creek. Probably camp there. So yeah, we're on our way. This morning, a little slow. We had a fun night. There's that raft that we played on last night, late afternoon. It was a lot of fun. So we're just slowly moving out. There's a store here, so again, a little vortex. You get hot coffee, and it's nice, especially when you don't have to make it. Anyway, I'm gonna be taking off. These guys are gonna be coming behind me. Some people are worried about food. I think we have enough, but we will see. You see that, Eric? I'm risking my life once more. So we do need to talk about a raise. Just saying. There's the lake we swam in yesterday. It was fun. That was a good time. I love these people. We laugh so much. It's just ridiculous. But I guess I have 3 more miles of this burned forest, and then gets back into the green forest, which I'm looking forward to. When I started this trail, I brought this huge notebook with me. I still have it. I thought I'd be alone, and so I'd use it a lot more than I have been. But since the tramway, I've barely used it. I may actually hand it off to my parents in Cascade Locks, just to do Washington super light. But I brought it because when we were doing the desert section, I wanted to focus a little more on my Vermilion, the city of Vermilion. This huge adventure I've been working on for a couple years now. I'm trying to make it better. So I did. I came up with an idea with the yucca plant, and I think I have enough ideas to flesh that out a bit and make it a small section on the island of Vermilion. I also thought of some more factions for the city, factions that, you know, the players can work with or work against. It makes it a little more interesting. And then I felt like, oh, the Sierras, that's where I'll think about Axholm, which is the dwarven area that John came up with. He has this whole world, and he's letting me help him flesh it out. So it's been a lot of fun. So Sierras for the dwarves, and then Oregon, I was gonna think about the Woods of Loss, which is the elven area, this magical forest with these mists. And I get here, and I'm not getting a lot of inspiration for a magical fairy forest here. So, but maybe this is a situation in the forest. Maybe there's a burned area or something's going on. So I want to think a little bit about that. And finally, in Washington, I was going to start thinking more of Copper Core, which we're almost finished with. It's a huge adventure that John and I have been working on. Well, he's been working on it all his life pretty much, but we've been working on enhancing it for the last 4 or 5 years now. But so anyway, I guess I have enough of a dwarven area adventure in my head. I have a rough map of the wilderness and kind of what I want to do. I'm still trying to figure out what monsters to use, so I want it to be a little different. But now, for the next 100 miles or so, maybe next 200 miles, I want to think a little bit about the Woods of Loss and the elves, and see if I can come up with some kind of adventure for the forest to make that part bigger, because John has a lot of good bones for that area, but I think it needs to be fleshed out a little more. So yeah, at least for publication, I think he has it all in his head. But yeah, I'm in this burnt forest, so maybe we'll get some ideas. It sure looks ominous in here. I actually kind of like it right now when it's not hot. It's kind of neat. But we'll get to the lush forest soon. Oh, that sign's a little aggressive. Wow. hopefully they mean just at this spot exactly and not beyond. I mean, that's where the sign is. This is where the bear should be, right? Guess we'll find out. Once again, risking my life, Eric. When you're in the middle of nowhere, this is kind of creepy to see. Hey, Smokey. Wow. PCT. I like that someone wrote that in. Of course, I'm going to double check that on my app. The Far Out app, guys. Critical to through hikes like this. It's just, it makes things, well, it's like you're cheating. But again, it shows you the tent sites, it shows you water sites. There's some tent sites not on here, but same with water. But it's really handy to have. We will brainstorm with Grützi from Germany. He joins us on some brainstorming, and we had this heavily vegetated or jungled moon around the planet, and he thought, well, maybe there was a biological warfare between some organisms on this jungled planet, and it dropped some sea pods that landed on the planet that we're on, and instead of a forest, it's actually one big organism, and it's from space. You know, it's kind of weird, but it got me thinking, you know, if it's one big organism, what about this lake was actually an eyeball of the organism, you know? And legend says that it looks up to the heavens and sees its home planet, and it just weeps, and that's why there's a pond here. But you know, it's an alien organism, so maybe some lakes you can actually walk on the water, or maybe there's some defense mechanisms of this giant organism, so it's a little weird. Maybe there's trees that can wrap around you or eat you or something, and it's not necessarily evil, but it's just an alien organism. Because you know, and like with the whole elf thing, you know, it's kind of like Lord of the Rings. It's familiar to people, but if you can change it up, I mean, maybe these elves are actually from that moon. Maybe they're part plant or something. So there's some familiar aspects that people can grasp onto, but there's also some weird stuff that kind of makes things interesting. Yeah, more notes for myself, or for those interested in listening to me babble. I had coffee this morning, so my brain's on fire. I love this old man's beard, I think is what it's called. It's thick in here, and I mean, look at it. It's growing everywhere. And I remember one channel on YouTube I like to watch is Greg Ovens' Rocky Mountain show, where he does all kinds of bushcraft things, but he actually collected a bunch of this stuff and made a blanket out of it. That's pretty cool. You know, I think when you're in survival mode, or, you know, you're in the wilds, you got to keep your brain busy, you know, and just weaving this whole blanket. I think it took him a long time, but, you know, it keeps your brain busy, gives you a goal. I think that's maybe an important thing in survival. Just have goals for every day, try to accomplish those goals, keep your mind busy. Yeah, just really neat to see so much of it growing everywhere. And thinking of him making that blanket, maybe in the fantasy setting, I mean, maybe that's what they wear. Maybe that's what elves wear or something. You know, just stuff made out of the forest, natural, gives them natural camouflage, keeps them warm, sheds water. Makes sense. Also, I think this is vine maple. Almost looks like Japanese maple. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's been growing everywhere. Good stuff. This hill. So yeah, old man's beard. It can be your friend. I just passed a hiker named Gordon, and he didn't want to be filmed, but he's 70 years old out here hiking around. He said that his doctor told him if he stopped moving, you're gonna die. So he's just out here hiking it. He's not doing the whole thing, but he's doing a pretty big section. So it's never too late, people. Get out here and hike, even if you're Gordon's age or beyond. You'll feel better most days anyway, especially if you're not in the desert, and if you have water. If you have lots of water, you'll feel better. Some weird thoughts here. I mean, I know I've been talking weird all morning, but having that coffee this morning, I feel amazing. Like, I feel really good. I just got over a hill, but most of this is just kind of flat and cruisy. It's misty out. It's not hot. I'm feeling really good. And so I got this weird thought. There's always a 24-hour challenge in Oregon. See how far people can go. I know one lady, I think, what's her name, Dixie. She has a YouTube channel. I've been watching a bunch of her stuff. I think she went like 66 miles or something. And this other movie I watched, this guy, I think he went like 87 or 88 miles. Just insane. And I think he did it on this section because I think he was trying to get to Timberline Lodge to have this famous brunch. It's supposed to be the best food on trail. And I don't know, I may just be talking really tough right now because it's the beginning, but I don't necessarily care about how far I can go, but I would like to do 50, you know, in one day. How cool would that be? And Timberline Lodge is, I think, 53 miles. So if I just hiked that all in one day, maybe I could splurge and get a room and get a brunch and wait for the rest of the tramway. I don't know. When else am I going to test myself? Is it smart to test myself? Probably not, because I'm not some young kid, but 50 miles, that'd be cool. I don't know. The most I've gone is 33, and I was pretty tired, but that was a lot of elevation, and I know the first 20 miles here, it's pretty cruisy. It's not too bad. 1,700 elevation gain over that amount of miles. It's not bad. So maybe this is the time to try it. I don't know. But if I do, you guys will be coming along with me. So let's see. I can always write a note to them and let them know what I'm doing. But they'll probably pass me anyway. So I could probably still have dinner with them and then just keep going. Maybe. We'll see. Getting super pumped. Legs of steel.
Oh my god, you love that.
Note to self, and sorry about all these notes. This is more of a video for me, maybe. But I just got through this area where there's all this creaking trees, and I know there's a spell called Whispering Wind, but maybe this is a since you need, you know, trees leaning against each other to make this creaking noise, maybe it can be used to send messages, kind of like whales do with their noises. It just travels for miles. So maybe there's a spell where you could communicate with others through creaking trees somehow. I don't know, I'm still playing with that. And then also maybe there's a species of trees that actually unfurls its bark at night. And if you drink its sap, you have to make a saving throw and you may get sick or something. But if you succeed, you can actually see in the dark for, 3 hours or something. Just little stuff like that. Weird thoughts with Grizz. I'm sure there'll be more. I just passed Legs, scared the hell out of her. That brought me great joy. Told her my plan of maybe going 50, and she wanted to get on that, but we'll see. I'll probably leave a note for the others if I still feel good, but this trail is flat, it's cruisy, the time is now, like why not? I think I've already gone like 8 miles or something like that, and I still feel really good, and I'm going fast, so we'll see how long the energy lasts. And if it doesn't, that's okay too, but something to try. It's 12:30 and I got 7 miles to go to where we're supposed to camp, which means I would have gone 19 miles. So I should hit that in a couple hours. In fact, I may just have lunch there. Maybe around 2:30, a late lunch. I'm still feeling good. Tons of energy. I don't know what's going on. I'm feeling good, but I just passed a hiker named Happy Feet, and she just got word that they closed the last 15 miles to the Canadian border due to fires. And I told her, I'm like, don't they know that I need to touch that podium thing in the middle of nowhere? Don't they know this? So super bummed to hear about that, but we have like 3 weeks to a month before we get to that point, so maybe it'll reopen, or who knows. So I'm not going to give up hope. I'm just going to keep rolling today and do a different goal of this 50-mile thing. I don't know. I feel like a fool, but at the same time it's kind of fun. It's something to do. And I hear that brunch is amazing, so there is an end goal. There is a prize at the end of the race, so let's just do this. We can do it. Check out the natural rhododendrons. Pretty cool to see out here. There's been a bunch, but we're in the deep forest now, which means hopefully we'll encounter the Sasquatch, because that would be really cool. I could knock that off my bucket list, because they're out here. They have to be. Wouldn't that be something? Or maybe if I see it at night tonight, it'll scare me to death and help me keep moving. But yeah, lots of trees. I think that's why people complain about Oregon being boring, because you can't see anything, but I actually really like it. I love the trees, love the forest. It's great. But I would like to see Bigfoot. That would be pretty cool. I'll catch it on film if I see him. Well, I just had my first break, had lunch, and 20 minutes later, Legs showed up. So I was stoked for her. She's hauling ass. And I was about ready to go, and Fire Beaver and Fact and Old Spice showed up. And I told them what I'm gonna do. It's now Operation Timberline Lodge. And I really wanted to see if I could go 50 miles in one day. And this got them kind of fired up, because they understood that this is like the only time to really do this, because Washington's gonna be a pretty tough trail. So Old Spice said he would do it with me. And Fact and Beaver eventually said they would too. Emily, or Legs, is going to go 40 miles. That's her goal. And so she'll meet up with us the following day. And I wrote a note to Bus and Windchime. I hope they're probably going to be, what the hell? But maybe they'll join in. I don't know. We'll see. But we should all meet at the lodge in a couple days. Again, I feel pretty good. I heard the last 5 miles is really tough. It's a really steep hill with 1.5 miles of just sand going uphill. So that sounds awful, but right now this is real cruisy and we're just gonna go for it. Old Spice did ask me to wait while he eats. I said nope. He's quick. I'm like, you're quicker than me, you're gonna catch up to me, what are you talking about? So I'm sure I'll see him in an hour or two, as well as Beaver and the rest. Anyways, spontaneous big mile day. We're gonna do this. Oh boy, it's getting too dark. Well, I just had dinner. And thanks to Legs for hooking me up with some jam for my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And also she gave me some coffee. So I'm drinking one now, one of Grizz's coffee. And you can't see anything on the screen, but maybe you can hear my voice. I'm gonna keep going. It's getting dark. I'm gonna get the headlamp on soon and gonna go for it. I'm gonna keep going. So, wish me luck. Crossing Crater Creek. It's about 10:30. I'm gonna try to get some water here. I don't know if you can see this group, but we're all just chilling out. Chilling out, having a break. Oops. You guys have anything you want to say to the camera?
Godspeed.
Godspeed. All right.
Run!
Hey everybody. This is kind of weird. It's a little bit past midnight. Got 15 miles, 15.6 miles to go. 3,500 elevation gain. I'm getting tired, but I'm gonna stick with it. Trying to film as best I can here with the lights. Not much to see here. Same old forest, but we're going for it. We're gonna go for it. The rest of the tramways behind me, they're still kicking it, so we'll see how it goes. The size of that toad. He's a big boy. Okay. Hello, sir. He's just hanging out on the trail. Still haven't seen Bigfoot yet. I'm trying to keep my eyes open. Goodbye, sir. Good evening. I'm literally laying across the trail right now. I'm elevating my feet and I'm eating some Fritos. I'm just loving life right now. It's about 2:15 I have 11.8 miles to go and a horrible hill at the end. I think I have like 3,500 elevation to climb, and it's sandy, and a lot of people commented about it, that it sucks. I am completely beat. I'm laying in the middle of this trail in case I fall asleep, so that the others can stumble on me. I don't know where they are. They're probably like an hour behind me. But I think I'm just going to rally here. I'm just going to eat some chips, get some energy, drink a little water. There's not a water source nearby. Otherwise, I'd make some more coffee. Grizz's coffee. But I don't have that option, so I'm just going to do the best I can here and just try to rally. I need like a thumbs up from Chuck Norris or something, you know. I need something to get me fired up. It'll happen. It'll happen. Hey y'all, I just need to hike 1.4 miles, and I'll have done 50 miles in one day. But then I gotta do another 3 after that. So 4.4 miles left to go here. But yeah, 1.4 miles and I've done 50 miles. I am whooped. And I almost fell asleep on this log like 4 times. It's about 6:10 in the morning. We gotta climb. It's like 1,700 feet. So that's gonna be a bummer. Yeah, I just need to get off this log. I'm exhausted. I'm not sure where my family is. I can't believe they hadn't caught up with me yet. So I'm wondering if they decided to quit. I'm not sure. So I'll talk to them tomorrow and find out. But for now, I'm gonna try to get up and do this last couple miles and get up this hill. That's all for now. Mount Hood. Yay. Good job, guys. Almost there. We got an hour left. I don't know where the lodge is, but I hope it's close. Well, I got about 10 minutes to spare. I made it to Mount Hood. I think that's Mount Jefferson in the background. So I walked around Mount Jefferson and then through all those trees all the way to here. And there's the lodge. And I am hoping that they have brunch. You have to reserve spots. So I'm hoping they can just let me in. We'll see how busy it is. I'm even looking to a room because I'm wiped out. Also, for the record, that's 53 miles in 24 hours. And also, this Timberline Lodge is where The Shining was filmed. So if you like horror movies, go check it out.